Welcome to the Social Innovation Global Ethics Forum 2018 Speaker Interview Series on Decentro Report. Brought to you by HoryouToken, a cryptocurrency driving the new renaissance. A link to this awesome blockchain project is below. Hi everyone, I'm Decentro here at the CGF 2018 conference in Singapore. I'm here with Peter Triggs from the DBS Private Bank. Peter, thank you so much for being on the show today.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be at the conference. It's been a great day. Really good.
That's fantastic. So this is the Social Innovation and Global Ethics Forum, CGF. What is your role at this forum, and what did you talk about today?
Well, I've just had the pleasure of moderating a panel on impact investing. So we had a panel of 5 very talented people. I looked at their bios. I realized they were all smarter than me, doing wonderful things. All 5 of them came from different perspectives. Some were social entrepreneurs themselves. Some were working for one was working for the Singapore government. One was in a bank. One was in an impact investment company. One was a crypto evangelist who was has done a lot of work with impact investments and philanthropy in working with blockchain and cryptocurrencies to look at things like reducing corruption in the flow of funds. So it was a fascinating discussion. There's a huge gap in the world today. If you look at the United Nations Social Development Goals and what it's going to cost to fund achieving those, and you look at the funding that's coming from governments and from donations, there's a huge gap of something like $2.5 trillion a year. Where is that going to come from? If those goals are ever going to be met, there's a huge funding need. And I think impact investment, which some are calling the new asset class for investors, I think has got a very good chance to try and close that gap. So impact investing is not philanthropy. It's doing good, but doing good by doing well, looking at good investments with successful people who are actually having a positive social impact. So it's the other side of the coin from social responsible investing.
So you would see philanthropy more or less of just signing a check and saying goodbye to the money, whereas impact investing, you're actually looking for both the social return on the investment and also the financial return. Yeah,
like that. I think charity is the term usually used for sort of signing the check. Philanthropy tends to be a little bit more strategic.
Okay.
And you have philanthropic foundations looking at their missions and. But the impact is really, I guess, business first. So you're applying business criteria to evaluating your investment, but you happen to be doing a social good as well. So it's not competing with the philanthropic dollars. I think we hope they will still be there. Mm-hmm. I think it's impact investment is competing for the traditional investment dollars, which might otherwise go to companies that are successful, but perhaps not actually making the world a better place.
So where is DBS Bank placing their impact investments at the moment?
DBS is doing a number of things. We have a DBS Foundation where we are putting our own money. This is not client money. We put our own money into a foundation where we make grants every year to social entrepreneurs. So we're encouraging social entrepreneurs who have good, sustainable business models, who are doing a social good. We give grants to them to support them all across Asia. So that's one. Secondly, within the bank, we're trying to raise the awareness for philanthropy generally with our clients, but we're also focused very much on sustainability. So we have a sustainability council within the bank looking at all of our practices, like who we're making loans to. Should we be making loans to companies that are doing better things than others? Mm-hmm. So we're looking at all of our business practices through that prism. And we also participated in the issuance last year of the Women's Livelihood Bond. That was with the organization IIX, which was a first. So it's the first listed Women's Livelihood Bond in Asia. It's listed on the SGX, where investors would come in, getting a return of about 5.6% per annum over 4 years in US dollars, a decent return. But they knew that their bond was going to be used to give livelihood to 385,000 women across Vietnam, Philippines, and Cambodia. And we're working with them now on issuing another follow-up, much larger women's livelihood bond, hopefully by the end of this year or the first quarter of next year. So we're progressing on a lot of fronts. We want to do more in this space. And we also want to commit a lot of time to education of our bankers and our clients on the importance of impact investing.
I would love to see all the banks using your mentality behind their investments. It would be like that $2.5 trillion that you're asking, where is it coming from? That's where it could come from, just a shift in the banking sector, putting more of an emphasis on impact investing like DBS is doing. What can we do to encourage mainstream banks to get involved?
Well, I think a number of them are. So I can't claim that we are sort of necessarily the front runner. I think we're probably in the top quartile of banks that are making an effort in this space. But there are other banks that are doing things. I mean, JP Morgan were involved with the Rockefeller Foundation and USAID in coming up in 2009 with the setting up the Global Impact Investment Network in the US. So they've been involved. Other banks, even in Asia, are focusing on this now.
So it's catching on.
It's catching on, but it's still a handful. I would say it's not the majority. So I think there's a lot of upside to come.
Right, that's good to hear. Room for improvement, and hopefully that comes quickly. Another idea of where the $2.5 trillion could come from is let's stop funding the war machine and let's put that into the impact investing machine. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea, and I think that's a great point at which we can probably leave off here, right? I don't think I can come up with a better idea than that.
Right on. Well, Peter, thank you so much for being on the show.
It was a pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Pleasure to meet. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Before you move on, make sure you like and share this video. Also, please subscribe and ring the bell so you can catch the rest of the Decentro Report playlist for CGEF 2018, giving you a chance to meet all the speakers from this awesome event. Brought to you by HoryouToken, a cryptocurrency driving the new renaissance. A link to this awesome blockchain project is below.